3.20. The following are the cash book and passbook of Mr. Jain for the month of March 2011 and April 2011. Following are the cash book and passbook of Mr. Jain for the month of March 2011 and April 2011. So you are given, if you see the problem, cash book bank column, you are given March month bank column. You are given March month cash book in the books of the business. And if you see, you are given passbook of April. Now, the thing first of all you have to observe is, on 31st March, the closing balance in the cash book is 11,500, whereas on 1st April, the opening balance is only 3,200 in the passbook. So on 31st March, cash book there is a balance of 11,500, but on the same day, passbook has a balance of only 3,200. 31st March closing balance, 1st April opening balance should be one and the same. Now please see the cash book. You are shown by balance carried down 11,500. Please see that and tell me whether it is favorable or overdraft balance. Cash book. Is it favorable or overdraft balance? By balance carried down is given on the credit side. What is the balance? What is your answer? Absolutely wrong answer. The answer is not overdraft. Favorable? Yes. How favorable? See, you are given by balance carried down on the credit side. You should never decide the balance based on carried down figures. You have to see brought down figures. So if you are writing by balance carried down on the credit side, you are going to write it as to balance brought down. So by balance carried down is written only temporarily on the credit side. The higher balance is brought to the debit side in the next month. To balance brought down. Yes. So that means there is a favorable balance as per the cash book. There is a favorable balance as per the cash book. But as per the passbook, there is a credit balance of 3,200. So as per the cash book, there is a debit balance of 11,500. But as per the passbook, there is a credit balance of 3,200. Both the books are not tallying. So now we have to find out why they are not tallying. Now in the first problem I explained you, how are you going to find out the reasons of differences? I said on 31st March, if cash book balance and passbook balance are not tallying, accountant will take the cash book Xerox copy for the month of March, take the Xerox copy of passbook for the month of March, compare the items on the debit side and credit side. Common items will be ticked and cancelled. Items which are not common in both the books will be treated as the reasons of differences. So what are we going to do? Take March month cash book, take March month passbook, compare debit items of the cash book with credit items of passbook. If you find them in the passbook, cancel. Then credit items of the cash book, you will search for in the debit side of the passbook. If you find them, you will cancel them. Yes. And if something remains which is not cancelled, that means these are the reasons of differences. If a transaction has not been cancelled in the cash book or in the passbook, that means that corresponding entry is not there in the other book. If in the cash book there is an entry on the debit side, but it is not striked off, that means there is no corresponding credit. Similarly, if there is a credit item in the cash book but it is not cancelled, that means there is no corresponding debit in the passbook. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? So what we do, we take March month cash book, March month passbook, cancel common items, then we find reasons of differences. But in this problem, we know that on 31st March, cash book balance and passbook balance did not tally. But you are not given March month cash book, March month passbook to find out the reasons of differences. You are given March month cash book, but you are given April month passbook. So how will you do now? Now, to give you a hint, suppose in the month of March cash book, there is a debit item. It appears on the credit side of the passbook in April month. What does that mean? Does that mean that transaction was recorded in March or in April? I am again explaining. March month cash book, you take a debit item. You search for it in the passbook. In the passbook you get it in the month of April, not in the month of March. What does that mean? That means there was a deposit which was recorded in the cash book in March, but the same was not accounted in March in the passbook. It was recorded subsequently in the month of April. That means it is a deposit recorded in cash book but not recorded in passbook. It is recorded but after BRS date. Okay. Similarly, you find a payment in the cash book, withdrawal side, March month cash book, bank column, you find a withdrawal. You go and search in the passbook, you don't find it in the March month passbook, but you find it in April month passbook. There is a payment there in the April month passbook. What does that mean? That means we have issued a check, we have recorded a withdrawal, but the creditor and supplier has still presented the check only in the month of April and taken the payment. We have recorded in March, they have recorded in April. That is why there is a differences in balances. Now we have to search for, see earlier if you are given March month cash book, March month cash book, common items are cancelled, they are not reasons of differences. Items which are not common, they become reasons of differences. But in this problem it is reverse logic. Items which are common in March month cash book and April month passbook, that means these items have not been recorded in the passbook in the month of March, they have been recorded later on after BRS date in the month of April. So now you have to search for common items, cash book and passbook. How will you search? Let us start like this. Debit side, you see, 1st March balance you can ignore because we don't know what was the 1st March transaction in the month of passbook. So we'll ignore it. 6th March, there is 2 sales, 3,000. Goods sold for check, 3,000. Deposit in the cash book. Now search on the credit side of the passbook. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. I cannot find 3,000 on the credit side of the passbook. That means it was recorded in passbook in the month of March itself. Next, to Ram. That means we have received a check from Ram. 6,500. Now search for in the passbook. 6,000. I found it. It is saying by Patel Bhatt. From whom was the check received? From Ram. But passbook says there is a credit. Cash book debit 6,500. Passbook credit 6,500. You found that item in the passbook. But this is a check received from Mr. Patel, not from Mr. Ram. So they are not the same transactions. Amount may be same, amount may be same, but they are not the same transaction. Is it clear? Next, to Singhal, 2,700, deposit in the cash book. Now search for it in the passbook. 2,700, 2,700, 2,700. There is no 2,700 in the credit side of the passbook. That means check was received from Singhal. It was also credited in the passbook in the month of March itself. Now to Goyal, 3,300. A check was received from Mr. Goyal on 25th March. Cash book on the debit side we are showing to Goyal, 3,300. Now search for that in the passbook. 3,300. Yes, I could find it. 3rd April, you can see. By Goyal. Same transaction, 3,300 amount, same party. What does that mean? That means check was received from Goyal on 25th March. It was deposited in the bank, but bank credited the amount only on 3rd April. Only on what day? 3rd April. This is one reason of difference. Is it clear? Did you understand? Let us search for some more transaction. Next, see the deposit side of the cash book. On 31st March, we are showing to Patel, 6,500. What does that mean? On 31st March, Mr. Patel gave us a check. We immediately record an entry in the cash book. Now see in the passbook, 6,500, 6,500, 6,500, 6,000 credit side. Yes, I can find it. But on which day? 5th April. When did we receive the check? 31st March. When did the bank pass an entry? So before 31st March, bank has not passed an entry. So there are 2 checks deposited but not credited till 31st March. Is it clear? Now come to the payment side of the cash book. By cash 2,000. Search for 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 on the debit side of the passbook. There is no item. By Modi 6,000. Search for 6,000 on the debit side. 6,000, 6,000, there is no item. By Patel 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, ledu. By Suresh 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, it's not there. By Ramesh 1,500. Ramesh, yes, it's there. It's there. So on 24th March, we are showing a withdrawal of 1,500 in the cash book. The same amount appears in the passbook also, but on 12th April. Our cameraman Mr. Ramesh is a Kumbhakaran. We have issued a check to him. We have issued a check to him for 1500. He has kept the check under his pillow. He has woken up only on 15th April. When we issued the check to him? 24th March. We have issued the check only on 24th March. So when did he present the check in the bank? 12th April. I think Ramesh has a lot of money. Hence he doesn't require it.
So rich.
So Ramesh, we issued a check to Ramesh on 24th March, but it was presented for payment by Ramesh only on 12th April. So in that gap there will be a reason of difference. Okay. So there is one check issued but not presented for payment. Similarly, buy balance carried on. That was the balance which we started with. No. Closing balance on 31st March in the cash book was 11,500. But opening balance in the passbook is not the same. It is 3,200 credit balance. Now we have to frame the problem. Write down the problem now. On 31st March 2011, cash book of Mr. Jain, write down. On 31st March 2011, cash book of Mr. Jain showed a favorable balance of 11,500 rupees. I think you know where I have picked up this number from. You can see cash book, credit side, last item 31st March. On 31st March, cash book of Mr. Jain showed a favorable balance of 11,500. Correct? On the same day, passbook showed a favorable balance of 3,200 only. On the same day, passbook showed a favorable balance of 3,200 only. So cash book showed a favorable balance of 11,500. Passbook showed a favorable balance of only 3,200. Okay. Now, the following reasons of differences were observed. Fantastic problem because it makes you to frame the problem and then solve it. The following reasons of differences were noticed. You will write. First reason. Check received from Mr. Goyal on 25th March. Check received from Mr. Goyal on 25th March was not credited in passbook. Sir, he is crediting, you are saying not credited. Passbook shows credit, you are saying not credited. What does that mean? I am saying not credited before BRS date. Okay. Was not credited in passbook up to 31st March. Second transaction. One more reason of difference. Check received from Mr. Patel on 31st March was not credited in the passbook up to 5th April. not credited in the passbook up to 5th April. Okay, next. Third transaction. Check issued to Mr. Ramesh 1500. Check issued to Mr. Ramesh 1500. Not presented for payment. Till when it was not presented for payment? Till 31st March it was not presented for payment. It was presented for payment later on. Okay. Now with this problem, we have to prepare the BRS. Start the bank reconciliation statement of Mr. Jain now. Bank reconciliation statement of Mr. Jain as on 31st March 2011. Right. Favorable bank balance as per cash book 11,500. Add less favorable bank balance as per cash book . Now we know the balance for passbook also, no? 3,200. Bank balance as per passbook. Now let us start solving the problem. I think you now have the reasons of difference in your notebook now. Yes, check receipt from Mr. Goyal and also check receipt from Patel before 31st March. We are not credited in the passbook, so we can deal with both transaction 1 and 2 together. Yes. Check receipt from Goyal, check receipt from Patel. Now, cash book, passbook. Cash, we start with favorable balance. Check received before 31st March. Balance increases. Balance increases, but not recorded in the passbook. I want to make cash book equal to passbook, so what should I do? Less. Checks deposited, but not credited. How much amount? Add both of them and tell me how much is it? 9,800. 9,800. Next transaction, I want a CPD answer. Why add? If this is check deposited and not credited, the next transaction is check issued but not presented for payment. Exactly ulta transaction, ulta logic, opposite logic, so we should add it. Or let us not go for all shortcuts, let's go for the regular approach. Check issued to Mr. Ramesh on 24th March. As soon as we issue the check, because we are starting with favorable balance, cash balance will reduce. But Ramesh is a rich man, he did not take the payment from the bank. Hence balance as per passbook is more. Cash book balance is less. Passbook balance is more. What should I do to cash book to make it equal? Add. How much? 13,000. Answer tallies now. 13,000 minus 9,800 is 3,200 rupees. Fair balance. Let us solve problem number 2 also. Come to page number 3.14. On 30th September 2011, the bank account of X, according to bank column of cash book, was overdrawn to the extent of 4062. On 30th September 2011, the bank account of Mr. X, according to bank column of cash book, was overdrawn to the extent of 4062 rupees. So, according to the bank account of X, according to bank column of the cash book, his bank account was overdrawn to the extent of 4062. So cash book is showing an overdraft balance. On the same day, bank statement showed a favorable balance of 1400 in favor of X. So our books, we are feeling that we have overdrawn. Bank says, boss, you have not overdrawn. You have 1400 in your favor. Balance are not tallying. Now you have to start with one number as a starting point. You will arrive at the other as the answer. We start with cash book, you will get passbook as the answer. We start with passbook, you will get cash book as the answer. Okay, you have to ignore one of the balances. Ignore. Initially, then later on you will get the same answer. A check for rupees 1140 deposited on 29 September 2011 was credited by the bank only on 3rd October 2011. Let us start now. Write down bank reconciliation of Mr. X on 30th September 2011. Let us start now. We will start with overdraft bank balance as per cash book. Overdraft bank balance as per cash book. How much? 4062. Add less. Temporarily assume you don't know passbook balance. Bank balance as per passbook will be the answer. So I am assuming that I don't know passbook balance. I know only cash balance. I also know that cash book is not equal to passbook. Now we are starting with what? Overdraft balances. Let us assume both books in the beginning are showing overdraft balances only. Both the books, cash book and passbook. Overdraft balances will increase with withdrawals, decrease with deposits. Let us start first transaction. A check for rupees 1140 deposited on 29 September was credited by the bank only on 3rd October. Check deposited in the bank. As soon as we receive a check, we record it as a deposit in our books of account without any delay. So, in the cash book we have already recorded a deposit. Overdraft balance, no. Decrease. Overdraft will decrease. But did the bank pass an entry? No. So, cash balance is less, pass balance is more. I have started with cash book. I have to make cash book equal to passbook. What should I do to cash book to make it equal? Add. How much amount? Check deposited but not credited in passbook. It was credited, but when was it credited? After DRS date. second transaction. A payment by check for rupees 160 has been entered twice in the cash book. A payment of rupees 160 has been recorded twice in the cash book. Overdraft balance in cash book and passbook. Payment recorded twice. Overdraft balance will increase by 320. Now, was that check presented in the bank? Yes. Did the problem the check not presented for payment? No. Problem did not say that the check was not presented. That means check was presented. So overdraft balance in cash book increased by 320. Check was also presented. So passbook balance also increased by 160. What is the difference now? Only 160. Two payments recorded, only one payment recorded. One payment in our books, one payment in the passbook. Cancel. So one extra payment in the cash book. That is the reason of difference. So cash balance is more, overdraft balance is more, pass balance is less. What should I do to cash book to make it equal? Less. Error in cash book. Next, when you are solving a problem, only use one approach. Don't use two approach, three approach, 3 plus 1 approach. You will pull your hair out. Okay. On 29th September, the bank credited an amount of 1,740 received from a customer of X, but the advice was not received by X until 1st October 2011. Silently, bank has taken money from customer of X. Bank has taken money, but did not inform X. Passbook overdraft balance. Deposit. Increase or decrease? We don't know, sir.
Increase, sir.
Passbook showing overdraft balance. Deposit. Decrease. Cash book not recorded. Less. Cash book is more. Passbook is less. What should you do to cash book to make it equal? Less. How much? 1740. What will you write here? Direct deposit. Not recorded in cash book. Bank charges amounting to 58 had not been entered in the cash book. Bank charges, who will pass the entry first? Bank will pass the entry first. Overdraft balance, bank charges increases. Overdraft balance increases. Cash book no entry. So you have to add cash book. You have to increase cash book to make it equal. So add. How much? 58. Bank charges not recorded in cash book. Next. On 6th September 2011, the bank credited rupees 2000 to X in error. On 6th September, that is before BRS day, bank credited 2000 to X in error. By mistake, in the passbook of X, bank wrote an amount wrongly on the credit side in the passbook. Tell me, debit side of the passbook represents what? Withdrawal. Credit side of the passbook represents deposit. So by mistake, bank has credited X account. Credited X account means they have recorded deposit. So overdraft balance, deposit, first balance will reduce. What should I do to cash book to make it equal? Less. What should I do to this to make it equal? Less. Again, error in passbook. How much? I would like my bank also to make an error of about 2 lakh rupees in my bank account. If I withdraw, what will happen? By mistake, bank credits 2 crores into my account. I withdraw the money. What will the bank do? After some time, bank will come to know that by mistake an entry was passed. They will come to your home with the police battalion to recover that money. Okay? You cannot go absconding. They can rectify their books and they will say, why did you withdraw the money if that does not belong to you? You should have come to the bank and inform that the money doesn't belong to me, please rectify your books of account. Sixth transaction. देखिए कहाँ निकल जाता तू? पीछे पड़ जाते. Sixth transaction. A bill of exchange for rupees 1000 was discounted by X with this bank. The bill was dishonored on 28 September 2011, but no entry had been made in the books of X. Mr. X discounted a bill. Okay. This bill was dishonored on 28 September 2011, but no entry had been made in the books of X. Now, you have discounted a bill. We will pass the entry bank account or discount account or to bills receivable. When you discount the bill, bank will also deposit some money in your bank account. You can withdraw it and use it. But if the bill is dishonored, will the bank keep quiet or withdraw the money from your bank account? They will not keep quiet. They will take away the money from your account. So when bill is discounted, I record an entry in my books. Bank also records an entry in its books. But when the bill is dishonored, without your notice, bank will take the money from your account. But if you don't know that the bill was dishonored, there will be no entry in your books of account. But a withdrawal has been recorded in the passbook. I'll again explain. When I discount a bill, what is entry I pass? Bank account at R, discount account at R, two bills is equal. Bank account is debited in our books. When you give the bill to the bank and say, sir, please give me money. Bank, what will they say? They will say, we will not give you cash, we will credit your account. We will put money into your bank account, you withdraw and take. That means, bank has also recorded a deposit. I record a deposit, bank recorded a deposit. On the day, if the drawee, on the due date, if the drawee fails to honor the bill, bank will snatch away money from my account. They will take away money from my account. There will be no end. But they will not inform us. Or we will be informed later on. So they have withdrawn money. We don't know that bank has withdrawn money. Start with overdraft balance. Cash book overdraft, passbook overdraft. Withdrawal in the passbook. Increase the overdraft balance. Cash book, no entry. What should I do to cash book to make it equal? Add. How much amount? Please tell me, when a bill is discounted and dishonored, how much amount will the bank deduct from the holder's bank account? Bill amount plus noting charges. Not the net amount of the bill. Bill amount plus noting charges deduct. Discounted bill dishonored, not recorded in cash book. Next, seventh transaction, last transaction. Checks issued up to 30th September 2011 but not presented for payment up to that date, total to 3760. Up to 30th September we have issued checks. What value? 3760. But the checks were not presented for payment. As soon as I issue the check, I record it as a withdrawal in my books of accounts. Overdraft balance. Cash book overdraft balance increases. Not presented, no payment. What should I do to cash book to make it equal now? Less. Check issued but not presented for payment. How much? 3760. Look at the board. Tell me the totals now. 2198 35 total here. How much? 6 add no 6260 total of negative 7660 6260 minus 7660. How much do you get? 1400 within brackets. Now what name should I give to this 1400 negative? I started with overdraft balance as plus. Here Here answer is minus. It is ulta of overdraft. What does that mean? It is favorable. Favorable bank balance as per passbook. You can remove brackets. Answer is minus. That means it is ulta of overdraft. Ulta of overdraft is favorable. Hence it is favorable bank balance as per passbook. So in our next class we will finish this chapter.